Hi, Bill Henshaw here again, and wouldn't you know, a great day to do a video for what I do, Constitution Day. Those of you who don't know, you can look it up. And I do have a pretty nice update on the Oakland case that I'm dealing with. It's amazing, because now we not only have we got them dead to rights, we have a writ filed in that case. That's been the problem, getting things filed. Not only do we have it filed, we're going to have a hearing date which hasn't been set, although we have one scheduled next later in the month, not related to this, although they could switch departments and make this the hearing date for this writ. You're going to love this when you hear it. But in any case, got it filed, and now the bastards have to answer. And my friend and I, whose son is in jail over there, unloaded 775 pages on the local dumbass over there. I don't know what they're going to do. And they got a special guy that came out to accept service process. So we have a special prosecutor for this case, number 2 in the food chain over there. And now somebody higher up accepting paperwork for this case. Not that he could have refused it. But when they see, I would love to have seen the looks on their faces back in their offices when they got this paperwork. And this is what we can do for you in your case. Now I have the template down. Because what we did there, and a lot of you won't be ready to do this yet, and don't worry about that if you're not, but I am, and what I did was went over with my friend, and we took over a federal complaint for treason for failing to file documents, and I handed it to the clerk of court, and I said, your choice. You don't file documents, this is what happened. Well, they didn't, and I told my friend, let's, wait till the next time we'll go over there and see what happens, and we went in this time, 10 minutes, everything got filed. They must have had a hell of a conversation in the back halls over there to figure out what to do. Because with it filed, that means they have to answer. And I know, and I think they know, they can't come anywhere close to doing it. So they have no way out here. They don't. If they go to trial, can you imagine them going to trial? Those of you listening to my videos, and having me on the stand as an expert witness and or private attorney general. I'm going to wake up the jurors, at least enough of them to get a mistrial, if nothing else, or a hung jury, if they allow me to do that. And I may threaten the state bar monopoly, which is really what I want to do, and what I was threatening to do in South Carolina when I was alone in that jail cell in that case. They finally realized if I go there and beat them on that issue, I was charged with practicing law without a license. I was going to take down not only that bar monopoly, I'm going to get 50 for 1 the way our system works. So they have no good out here. They don't. If they dismiss the charges, that's basically an admission in a later ensuing action that we were right and they were wrong about jurisdiction. They did not have it. The net effect there is it makes them personally liable. That's how it works. Even the civil rights suit might succeed here, which isn't what I do. But even that might succeed. That's how bad this is. If they offer a plea bargain, I told my friend to tell the kid in jail to take it, especially if it's time served. And even with probation and maybe even with the suspended sentence while this matter is on review. And we'll get that now. If we file a writ and they don't answer, they're going to be forced to suspend the sentence and let the kid out of jail, which is the number one thing we want right now. But they have 0 ways to go here. There's nothing they can do. And if they deny the writ this time, on the record, without opposition, that's reversible error. I mean, there's no point in them going to trial because it's going to get reversed. And not only that, with my recent epiphany on the counsel issue, that's going to be reversible error, because now I'm saying those of you that follow my videos are going to think I've lost my mind. Because now I'm saying we love counsel. We want you to appoint us counsel. And the reason we want to do that is that we then want to get counsel to present our legal arguments. And those of you that acquire my modestly priced documents, constitutional defense document packets, they're going to have the same 775 pages to unload on your dumbass. And they're going to have an attorney that won't even know probably what all these issues are and won't do it. And yet you're supposed to have the right to assistance of counsel, yes? Not only do you not have that, it's even worse than ineffective assistance of counsel. You're going to have no assistance because they're going to refuse to do it. So then you put in a motion to appoint another counsel and see if you can get one that'll do it. And then perhaps funniest of all, and I don't have this document prepped yet, but those of you that order my materials are going to get this one. Are you ready for this? We're going to get a motion to compel your own attorney to file the documents. Damn, think about that one. To compel your own attorney who's supposed to be doing his damn job, isn't he? That's how crazy this is getting. And counsel is the only issue they think we have to worry about. That's the only thing they think. Without counsel, nothing else matters. Doesn't matter. Any 6 articles of the Constitution, Bill of Rights, does not matter. It's all harmless error, as I've said on other videos. This is not me saying it. It's the U.S. Supreme Court. And they ruled, for example, there's no right to an appeal in any criminal case. Any. A-N-Y. Cases McCain v. Durston, 153 U.S. 684. They've ruled that actual innocence isn't grounds for the issuance of the statutory writ of habeas corpus. Coleman v. Thompson, 501 U.S. 722. You can look it up. So we have no rights, and we have no way to do anything about it until I come up with this terrific idea, novel, innovative, whatever you want to call it. Now I've gotten a way to get around them and get documents filed, and I think I can set this template up for any case, for any of you people out there, any of my listeners that want to do this. We can do the same thing. And even in felony cases, let alone in traffic court. And the first thing that's going to happen in traffic court is it's going to get dismissed. They don't want to go there. They can dismiss it and make it look good temporarily on the record without getting anything there that has all our issues in it. Either just refuse to file documents, or the cop doesn't show up when your trial date comes. They've done that to me on several occasions too. So it's getting that good. And this case, not only that, but the Oakland case has the race card involved in a way they've not seen it before. It's now the headline in the Oakland Tribune when this case is over, because they will read, "White supremacist frees black defendant." When's the last time you've seen that headline? And that's great, because the point I want to make is all of us should be working together. They've practiced divide and conquer for 150 years here already. And it's about time we start returning the favor, which is exactly what I did with the office of the clerk of court. Divide and conquer, because they're the ones that are going to go to jail. They think they're judges, and people that told them what to do are going to say, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not your problem. I'll take responsibility." I wouldn't lose any sleep waiting for that to happen. That's not how the system works. And the clerks know it, and I'll be contacting their office out there. They have an association in California, maybe in your jurisdiction too, called CASIO, the California Association of Clerks and Elected Officials. And I'm going to contact them yet again and lay it out to them. Tell your people this is what they need to start doing. File our documents. That's their job. What the Supreme Court would call a discretionless ministerial duty. You file the damn papers and let the black robe bastards deal with it. That's how it's supposed to work. And now we get things on the record, and now if we have access to the appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, we actually have a case of controversy. We can maybe get it there. As those of you that have looked at my videos and studied my materials know, I'm a big believer in using the original jurisdiction of the court. And I'm drafting right now a class action habeas corpus for just that reason. And the Oakland case, win or lose, is going to be an integral part of that. Because even if we win the case, that doesn't mean anything, because what we want to do is prevent this from happening again in similar circumstances. The 905 are going to understand this one. They are. So this news is just so good. And, I don't know what's going to happen or when. I'm hoping by the end of this week, because they've had this stuff for over a week, and you would think by now they would have figured out either A, what to do with it, or B, offer a plea bargain, which to my knowledge hasn't happened, or C, dismiss charges, which evidently hasn't happened either. And by the way, out here in California, maybe your jurisdiction is better, but going in there to the court website to get access to records, out of here. There's nothing there. You have to be one of those privileged attorneys, and they have somewhat much better access to court records than we do, but those are public documents, aren't they? Damn. For the life of me, the way it looks to me now, they've taken the cue from the people who have been handling all the Kennedy papers for the last 65 years. A matter of public record. And even if you get one, they're so redacted you can't tell what the hell is in there. So I don't want to get too much off on that point, but the whole thing is that just nothing but good news coming in here. Finally, nothing but good news and on the record. And this one may make a lot of news here locally in Oakland and or San Francisco, and it may go further than that. The magnitude of the issues we're raising. I mean, if we succeed in this case, and if we win on the merits of my unopposed issues, I'm going to turn right around and file a local class action writ of habeas corpus with the California Supreme Court, and a victory there will clean out the Santa Rita Hilton. And it might take care of San Quentin, too, oh, by the way. Because if you don't have jurisdiction, that's how big a deal this is. If they don't have it, then they never got it. And you can challenge jurisdiction anytime, especially subject matter jurisdiction. Now, your attorney may not have done that for you, but that's at least ineffective assistance of counsel, if not any counsel at all. Because they know, they've been to law school, right? 4 to 6 years. They don't know this stuff. And I do. And you will. Damn, this is the power we have. You just have to understand. And it does take some time and effort on your part. There's nothing magical about it. You know, the more time and effort you put in, the better your results are going to be. And I can tell you for a fact, going into my 5th decade, that's the way it is. You know, they don't even want to look at me at the local courthouse now. I can't even get, you know, well, I did actually have a quote-unquote trial there last year, what I call the crime of the century, my jaywalking case. And I got fined, and the traffic commissar got that out of the way and sent it over across the street to the real court, quote-unquote. And I got a magistrate came out there acting as a commissioner, so there was no black robe, no standing up, this, that, and the other. And we went back and forth. And I finally said at the end, because I told him I couldn't address the merits, I'm going to the 9 farts. And at the end he said, okay, the charges and fines and this and the other come to $95. And I fired right back immediately, and I said, good, can you define dollar within the meaning of the California Government Code? So when I did that, you know, that stopped the whole thing. And here, a year later, I still haven't heard anything, haven't paid the fine, never going to pay anything because they can't define dollar. That's jurisdictional. It's the way it is. So that said, a lot of good things happening in Oakland. I'll do an update when next I have a chance to do it. And this may be the win of the century here. If we win on the records over there, as we're poised to do, that's going to benefit every one of us. And I encourage all of you to check in with me at my email at youwinincourt@gmail.com. You know, check into my documents. I'll be glad to get them to you. You know, like the videos, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.